Hey, what's up guys, KID LAROI here. We got some good news today and we got some bad news. Let's start with the good news. I think that's the way to do it. 23.3 has been added to the staging servers, which means, yes, it's basically confirmed it's going to release next week. January 31st, Tuesday morning. That'll be our second last update of the season. I still expect a big one, but I'm sure you can kind of tell from the title what the bad news is. And Tim, I said this yesterday, no news on Creative 2.0 is probably good news, but we got some news. Tim Sweeney, co-founder, CEO. Sorry, there will be no UEFN, i.e. Creative 2.0, in January. We are now targeting March, and that'll be the earliest. I think we were all starting to expect this, right? I was nervous about it, trying to be optimistic, but as we were getting this close, you would think there would be some excitement, some mentions of what to expect, maybe some more leaks, but dead silence. It wasn't looking good. And honestly, I would rather them release a great product right from the start rather than rush the thing and then the launch fails and then 2.0's just got a sour taste in everybody's mouth from the start, right? They know what they're doing. Epic usually always comes through and provides anything they put out. It usually blows away expectations. So, I trust the decision. Doesn't mean it's going to be hard to or easy to be patient. With March being mentioned, I believe the website has changed. The Fortnite website's changed. March 10th is looking to be the end of season date, right? We kind of knew March 10th, March 11th. That could still change, but so I don't know if they're planning to release it with season 2, what the plans with that are going to be. Of course, subscribe, turn your noties on. I'll keep you updated, especially here as we get into the latter half of the season. This is when we get a bunch of the news, bunch of teasers. And speaking of that, Donald Mustard has actually updated his location again and his banner, the Frozen Place. With that photo there. And this one we are not as sure what it means. The last one, it sounded like he was teasing more of, we found out he was teasing KID LAROI, right? The concert coming up here. But this seems to be a little bit more vague. People, and I'm going to jump on this one right away. Ice Moon, maybe the Ice King. That would be the first thing I think. Something about the snow biome, maybe, right? Take your guesses down below. Now, what to expect next update? Because next update, even though we don't have Creative 2.0, it's still going to be a big one, right? And the main thing is storyline. Where is this chapter going, right? It's a whole new chapter, a whole new reality, new villains, new good guys. What's happening, right? Last update here, 23.2, the Rift Warden continued progress on the Rift Gate on top of the Warden's Watch, north of the Citadel. So I expect that to be close to completion, you would think, right? With just this being our second last update. And then we had a bunch of quests, and there are going to be part 2 to these quests. When the new update drops, they're set to go live on the Tuesday. And what we found out so far is that the Nothing character is a strange, shapeless man. He watches us with dark purpose, so he's an evil thing, and he's not going to be a skin because he doesn't resemble a person. And then Amy talked about the 7 and the scientists specifically. They're all different now, right? The last reality, the Chrome has affected them, and not in a good way. So we think that in maybe season 2, or maybe by the end of this season, we're going to find out that the 7 are brainwashed, evil, and we're going to actually be fighting against them this season, or at least trying to turn them back, which I think is such an interesting take. If in one of the live events, if we're fighting the Foundation, the scientists, it's going to be a little sad, but a cool take on the storyline, and some of our favorite characters might not be our favorite anymore, depending what happens, right? Even though it's probably not their fault. With that too, remember this last update, Epic Games did re-add a ton of animations regarding the web slingers. So not sure if they're coming back this season, if they're prepping them for next season, but a fan favorite item. They seem to bring some version of the web slingers back every couple of seasons, and I'm all for it. It does change the gameplay dramatically because the the rotation is just so insane, right? Everyone, as soon as there's gunfire, like you're going to have 5 different teams jumping on you. But I mean, this season already feels that way. So I don't think it would be that big of a change, right? With the smaller map. The fights are just crazy this season. You don't even have time to regroup until the next team's coming to ambush you. We still have the male skin codenamed French Fry related to Family Guy, Peter Griffin, being worked on in the files. So there's a chance we see that with the next update. Today, even, the big bush bomb has been added to the game. I'm excited to see it, right? Basically, you can just throw a bush. I think you could throw it on vehicles. I can't wait to have a session and use this thing and see how it goes. It should help a lot in zero build specifically. And they're balanced out now, right? With a couple of the perks, you're marked, so you may not have all the cover you think. If you're marked in a bush, you're basically just standing in the open, right? Fortnite may be coming to Amazon Luna, which is a cloud gaming service, as permission was added to all Fortnite clients for client settings being saved to your cloud storage, PC, Xbox, Switch, etc. So, random bit of news from the last update. And the Dead Space Isaac Clarke bundle is now officially available. It's $12. You get the entire pack, and you get 1,500 V-Bucks on top of it. So obviously a great deal. As soon as you get if you're buying the V-Bucks anyways, you might as well do it through this pack, because you're basically going to get the Dead Space combo on top of it, which I always think these are just the best deal. Based on some plugins here that were added in this previous update related to Harmonix, and this is the studio that made Rock Band and was acquired by Epic Games recently. It seems like we're going to be able to see their tech used in the concert for the KID LAROI, right? We talked about this Rock Band studio acquiring from Epic Games, and we're wondering how it was going to be used. Well, it makes sense. It's going to be used in their concert creative experiences that they focus on, and the KID LAROI is just coming up in a few days here. So it'll be we should see some differences, some improvement in quality compared to previous concert events, and I'm all for it, man. I'm actually really excited. I'm probably more excited for this one. I was pretty excited for Travis Scott as well. So even though this isn't a full-on battle royale, Rift Tour, Travis Scott, probably quality and hype of an event, I'm still all for it. And maybe they'll blow my expectations out of the water, even though it's a creative event. KID LAROI as well, some other news. There was that Stay emote, right? The Justin Bieber, KID LAROI popular song. There was an emote we talked about in the files. It appears it's not going to be available in the item shop, even though it is officially in the files. It's probably just going to be only included for the creative event, right? So you're going to be able to use it while watching the concert, enjoying the concert, but you won't be able to actually purchase it. Not sure why they would do that. Maybe they couldn't get the rights for it to sell it or something like that. I don't really know why, right? Because I'm sure it would be a very popular emote just based on the popularity of the song. We started the video with a little bit of good news with the update confirmed to come, but we kind of knew it was coming already. So we basically started the video with some bad news, right? The at least 2-month delay of Creative 2.0. I guess at least a month. They could do March 1st, right? So which would only be about a month and a bit away. But it could get delayed again. Let's end it with some good, exciting news. Fort Tory, Tilted Towers returning in Chapter 4, ? There is a temp POI _ ambient bank sound file added for a POI on the current island named Tilted Towers ... So, would you love to see a return of Tilted Towers? I think this is a good one, a good question to ask this season, right? It's always made its return. It's always exciting. I tend to land there a lot when it does return. But with the absence of any previous POIs on this map, the freshness has felt fresh, right? Cool, exciting. However, I would still be excited. I got to be honest. All right, hit me. I'd probably be a little more excited if it was Pleasant Park, but I would take the return of Tilted Towers, and it seems like there's a chance. So let me know your thoughts. Take care, everybody. Touch that like button. Talk soon. Goodbye.